Hi, let's examine the concept of value in regards to appraisals.
Concept of value. Cost. Cost is how much money is required to produce the item. Cost factors in the price of the land, charges to acquire existing units, and labor and materials. Cost for real estate includes the price to purchase an existing house or building, or it is defined as being the cost of the land plus the cost of materials and labor to build. Price. Price is the amount paid for an item. Price is not always directly connected to cost. Price may be more or less than cost. It is not uncommon for sellers to have more cost involved in home improvements than the price that can be obtained upon selling the property. Value. Value is determined moment by moment, dictated by how much a seller will sell a property for, matching how much a buyer is willing to purchase it. Value is fleeting, changing over time. Investors are left to guess potential value based on market trends. Many types of value apply to real estate. There are 7 types of value in real estate: assessed value for property tax purposes, insurance value, value in use, liquidation value, investment value, salvage value, and market value. Assessed value, the value determined for collecting property taxes. Insurance value, value is calculated to determine the replacement cost of the property. This is the insurance value. Value in use. Value in use is the estimation of value based on how a property is being utilized. It is based on the results and history of a property. Liquidation value. When money is needed quickly, a property can be sold at a value less than it would be within a normal time frame. Salvage value. When property is sold piece by piece rather than as a whole unit, it is known as salvage value. Investment value. Investors temper the value that a property seems to have by subtracting how much money will need to be invested to obtain a desirable return on the investment. Market value, definition of market value, and assumptions associated with market value. Market value is the highest price a willing buyer would pay and a willing seller would accept, also referred to as the most probable price in an open competitive market. Market value assumes equally motivated buyers and sellers, with neither being under duress. It assumes that an adequate attempt was made to market the property over an adequate time period. When a real estate licensee or an appraiser is providing an opinion of value through an appraisal, it is appraised value. Appraised value and market value do not always match. However, because the appraisal often is being used to assure the lender that enough collateral exists to support the mortgage, a loan will not close if the appraised value is less than the seller and buyer agreed upon for market value, unless the buyer makes up the difference in value by bringing more cash to the closing. Characteristics of value. Characteristics of value include demand, utility, scarcity, and transferability. Demand. Demand means a combined desire and ability to acquire something. Utility. Utility means that the item provides a useful service or fills a need. Scarcity. Scarcity is the level of availability of the goods and services. Transferability. Transferability refers to value increasing as ownership can be transferred from one owner to another. Demand. Demand is one of the four characteristics of value. Demand means that there is a demand and an ability to acquire something. It's not uncommon for a real estate licensee to have potential buyers express interest in a property, but the property is actually only in demand if it is appealing to people who actually have the means to buy it. Demand equals the desire and ability to acquire something. Utility. Utility is one of the four characteristics of value. Utility means that the item provides a useful service or fills a need. The value in use to an owner, which includes the value of amenities attaching to the property. Utility is the fact that the item provides a useful service or fills a need. Scarcity. Scarcity is one of the four characteristics of value. Scarcity means the availability of goods and services. When there isn't enough supply to meet the demand for the item, it is scarce. In real estate, scarcity can lead to a seller's market with prices increasing as more buyers are competing for the same property. Scarcity is a lack of supply of some commodity or item. Transferability. Transferability is one of the four characteristics of value. The value of an item increases if it can be freely transferred from one owner to another. Transferability is value increasing as ownership can be transferred from one owner to another. Do not confuse the words. Take time to really look at and memorize the words connected with the characteristics of value. For many people, if they hear the words demand, they're going to think of the word supply. However, in this case, the word to associate with demand is not supply. Instead, it is scarcity. Granted, both supply and scarcity have basically the same meaning in how it is being used, but if you see a multiple choice test asking you to pair the words properly, scarcity would be the correct choice. Supply would be the wrong choice. So what are the characteristics of value? Demand, utility, scarcity, and transferability.